Okay, so here I'm here at Warren Country Inn in St. Helens slash Scappoose. It's kind of halfway in the middle. This is my second take. I actually did a tribute to the women in my life. It was basically because Mother's Day was just recently, just last Sunday, and kind of brought to mind my mother that had passed away a couple years in 2019. And so I wanted to do a tribute to the women in my life, or at least two of the women that have made the biggest difference to me. So first of all, I wanted to give you a little background. My mother and I was adopted at birth, and so my mother that adopted me was a very special woman. And the three things that I love or respected the most about her were her courage, her loyalty, and her compassion. And the way that that related to me was her courage. First of all, she battled cancer. She had breast cancer and uterus cancer, and she was a type 1 diabetic who lived with that her entire life. And the courage that that woman showed through those adversities in her life really was an inspiration to me in my life, and gave me strength through times when I've struggled. Her loyalty to me, I was kind of an entitled, spoiled, rotten only child who was not always as nice to her as I should have been. And later in life, we had an opportunity to reconnect in a way that really allowed me to be the son that I think she was always hoping for. And I really grew to love her in a way that I never knew I could, and she allowed that to happen. And then her compassion for me, in that, you know, like I said, I was not always an easy son to love. She led me through my difficult times and really gave me an opportunity to become the man that I am today. And I just miss her. It's been 2 years, a little over 2 years since she passed, and with Mother's Day coming up, I was just reminded of how much she meant to me, and this tribute speech couldn't have come at a better time. The other person that I really wanted to include, because it's again another woman who's made a huge difference in my life, is my wife. You know, she has loved me unconditionally in a way that I didn't know a woman would be able to. And the three things that I admire about her are her intelligence, her understanding, and her devotion to me. Her smarts, number one, because while we've been married, she got her bachelor's degree. While I was fighting cancer, she was over on her side of the room studying away and attending to me and taking care of our daughter, who is now 16 years old and in high school, doing very well, successful. Her understanding, I'm not, again, you know, not a reckless husband, but I do like to have quirks, like any husband does, and she's been willing to love me through those things, and is never really too demanding as some wives can be, and allows me the freedom to be who I am, which has been amazing. I haven't felt like I've been restricted in any way, or anything that I do is off the wall or out of line. I always know where I'm coming home, and I make it very clear where that's going to be. But she's been very understanding, and her devotion. And the devotion piece, again, like I say, it's just been where I don't have to worry about where she is, what she's doing, who she's with. She's constantly texting me. I do the same for her. We have a relationship where I felt like it's grown, it's blossomed over the time that we've been together, which is just a little over 5 years. And I would still marry her today. Would you be willing to marry me even today, honey?
Yes, honey.
So I love her very much, and that's my devotion speech. Thank you, tribute speech.